Hope within a lake. We often feel peaceful from looking at a lake, and in this meditation we're going to look a little closer at the lake. It's surprising what hope a lake can bring us in our own lives. So making sure you're sitting with an upright posture and that your feet are firmly placed on the floor, and closing your eyes if you feel comfortable to do so. Otherwise, just softening your gaze on the floor in front of you, balancing your head above your heart and your heart above your hips, and just physically allowing your arms and shoulders to drop down and relax. Perhaps just checking in with the jaw and the hands to make sure they feel relaxed and not clenched. And now taking 3 purposefully deep breaths, following the breath on its journey all the way into the body and all the way out of the body again. Just allowing this breath to physically start to relax you. And once you've taken these 3 deep breaths, allowing the breath to return to its natural rhythm, and just focusing on how the breath creates a gentle rocking motion of the body, like a cradling of the body, soothing the body as it does so. And during this practice, your mind may start to wander. Minds are designed to wander, so your mind is just doing what it's supposed to do. Often, when we allow ourselves time to stop and be present with the moment, we hear how busy our mind is. If you notice your mind has wandered, just acknowledging where your mind has gone and gently bringing it back to the practice. And in our mind's eye now, let's visualize a calm lake. The water in this lake is crystal clear. You're sitting at the lakeside, just noticing the peace and beauty of the lake. The sun is shining and it allows for an idyllic reflection of the beautiful blue sky and the clouds above. A reflection of the hills and woodland can also be seen in the lake. The various greens of the trees can easily be identified in the reflection. This is an incredible great expanse of water. A body of water being held in a receptive basin created by the earth itself. The sheer beauty of the earth is being witnessed right in front of our eyes in this lake. Let's sit with the calmness of the lake for just a moment and let's notice every detail of the lake. And now we're going to allow ourselves to see our lives as a reflection of the lake. On days when the lake experiences wind, the clearness of the reflections begin to stir up until nothing is visible on the lake. It's a confusion of the image around it. Nothing can be seen clearly. Let's take a moment to visualize that. This can be reflected in our lives too. Some days when we feel stressed, nothing can be seen clearly. But on these days, we need to look carefully at the lake, and we need to notice the sunlight sparkling on the ripples. Let's take a moment to notice this sunlight sparkling. This is a glimmer of hope yet to come. In an evening, not a lot is visible on the lake. It's a period of darkness. We know the lake is still there, but we're unable to see the path towards it. Let's take a moment to visualize this now. This is just like a reflection on our own life. When we lose our way and feel like there is darkness in our lives, look carefully again at the lake and witness the moonlight glistening on the lake, the brightness sparkling in the dark. Let's take a moment to think of that. This is a glimmer of hope yet to come. And let's think about in the winter, when the lake may be cold and frozen on the surface. A period of stillness and cold, and no movement or reflection. Let's take a moment to visualize this. And just like a reflection on our own life, when we feel the cold and the stillness enter our lives, we can feel drained and empty of energy. This is when we need to take a closer look at the lake. Below the surface, the water still has energy. The frozen water won't stay frozen forever. When it thaws, the whole body of the water will have energy again. Let's take a moment to think about that. This is another hope that's yet to come. And so in our mind's eye, let's bring back the peaceful, beautiful lake once again. Let's sit still for a moment and just take in the sheer beauty of the lake. This lake we have in our mind's eye is more like our own selves the more we care to notice. Just like the lake, we ourselves will have troubled waters at times, will experience darkness and coldness, but we should always remember that if we look hard enough, there is always a glimmer of hope, because nothing stays the same for long. So let's leave this beautiful lake here now until the next time. And now bringing your mind back to the breath. Noticing the breath and where in the body you feel the breath the most. This may be in the chest area or the belly, or in the nose or the throat. just paying attention to the sensations that the breath brings right now. And as we start to come to the end of this practice, just gently starting to move a little, perhaps wriggling the fingers and the toes, perhaps stretching and gradually allowing the light to enter your eyes until they are fully open.